Wagwan, everyone. I hope you're doing well and welcome back to another stream, another one, 2 in a day. Guys, do you remember when I did that before? It's been a while. It has been a while, but the work rate's back, pushing hard, busy weeks. Football doesn't stop and it's only picking up pace towards Christmas time. But I hope you're all doing well. Hope you've all had a fantastic weekend. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. I hope this can be a little bit of... I hope this can add to your Sunday night if you're watching it live. And if you're watching it afterwards, whenever you're watching it, hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, people, please hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. Because do you know what? And the reason why I asked that and the reason why you hear plenty of YouTubers do, that is what really helps grow the channels. That's what the algorithm, that's what YouTube is based on, hitting that like button. If you do enjoy it, only hit the like button if you like it, because if you don't, then that's fine. I don't mind that. And then, do you know what? The fact that you've come on and you've shown some support, I really do appreciate that alone anyway. So, guys, thank you very much. That's the introduction done. As you can see from the title and the thumbnail, this is a Premier League Week 13 review. I had to sort everything out just straight after that Chelsea-Man United game. We'll get into that. We'll talk a bit more, go into a bit more depth. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this weekend's Premier League football. Obviously, my team picking up a win. And do you know what? I think that's the perfect time to start. As you can see, there's the thumbnail right here. Here is the weekend's results. And we will start off with my club, Arsenal versus Newcastle at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal winning by 2-0. 2 goals coming after the first half. So in the second half, Arsenal did pick up their 2 goals. Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli scoring in the 56th minute, and then 10 minutes later, Gabriel Martinelli with his second touch scoring in the 66th. What a good result for Arsenal. I'm happy to see that there. But do you know what I haven't even done? Apologies, people. Sorry for this. I usually do this. I'm going to do it now. Brush coming in first with the popcorn. Tish. Bless me. Sorry. Early gang, guess who's back? Casey's back for Slim Shady song. Munzi, United earn a point and should be the heading. Oh, yeah, because I did say Chelsea dropped points. We'll get into that. I'll give United their praise. I will do that. Bro, this guy's work rate is unbelievable. Thank you, Jay. Do you know why my work rate is unbelievable? It's because of you guys. It's because you guys make it so easy. It doesn't feel like work when I'm chatting to you guys, honestly. I could do this all day, every day. And I'm not even joking, not exaggerating, for real, because you guys make it so enjoyable. Just chatting to you, talking football, throwing banter. We even talk loads of different things other than just football. And Jay, you're a massive part of the community, so I thank you so much. Munzi, hit me here. Get a haircut and get rid of the silver. Don't worry, Munzi. On Wednesday, before the Man United Arsenal game, yeah, I'll be all fresh then. Coming in with a fresh trim. You won't be seeing any do-rags for a while, unless, you know, the new thing stops everything. But yeah, apologies if you are just joining or if you're watching this afterwards. I did speak a little bit about the Arsenal Newcastle, but I had to get into the comments and I nearly forgot. Silver Fox, there you go. Here I am, Silver Fox. Banter's coming in. I will be joining your stream later. Go check out Eagle Eyed Football. And if you are interested, go join in his calling show that's kicking off from 9. But let us get into that first game now. Apologies for people watching afterwards. Arsenal versus Newcastle. Arsenal winning by 2-0, which your boy here got it spot on in the predictions. It was a great start to the weekend. Didn't really start as I meant to go on. But I'm happy with the Arsenal result, scoring 2 goals after half-time because Saka in the 56th and Gabriel Martinelli 10 minutes later with his second touch to make it 2-0. Newcastle not scoring any goals. So in this game, I'll give you a quick, brief overview. First half, from an Arsenal fan's perspective, it was tepid, slow. The tempo was... We didn't pick it up. We was moving the ball way too slow. We wasn't creating much opportunities with Newcastle's low block. Arteta definitely had a word with them at half-time. But even before half-time, I'd say about 5 minutes before half-time, we started to pick it up and create a few chances. Aubameyang missed an absolute sitter. Guys, remember, I'm not even Aubameyang. What is he trying to do this season? I have no idea why he's missing so many big chances. Don't get me wrong, Aubameyang misses big chances on a regular basis anyway. Even when he was scoring 20 plus goals in the Premier League and for Borussia Dortmund, anything like that, that was happening. That was happening on a regular basis. So, sorry, man. Check my phone. Yes. Okay, Rich. Defo, man. Yeah. I'll send you the link onto it. I will be on at 8:30, bro. So yeah, man. I'll drop you the link. But back to what I was saying was Arsenal. Yeah, Aubameyang, absolute joke. Couldn't believe what he was doing then. Missing a sitter from that close in. That's got to be one of the worst misses of the season. Don't think we'll see a miss worse than that. In that first half, it was shocking. As I said, no chances created, and that's what I expect from Arsenal. We are 19th in big chances created for a reason. Second half was a lot better. We started to progress the ball a bit quicker. I think Newcastle, tiring, had a big factor to do with it as well. Newcastle didn't really create any chances of note. Shelby had a couple shots outside the box, which was fantastically saved by Aaron Ramsdale. Give credit where credit's due there. I do say that, but I think it has been a little bit overblown. As for Arsenal fans, it's easy to do because Aaron Ramsdale has been amazing this season, and he has made some tremendous saves, like we saw in the last game against Liverpool. The Leicester save being arguably the save of the season, but in that game, I think that's the save you expect your goalkeeper to make because it was quite central. It's from distance, so he had a lot of time to react to it. So yeah, good save from Ramsdale overall, and he helped us. And do you know what? That's what we got to be thankful. And in the second half, Bukayo Saka, who was my man of the match, and I think BT Sport went for him in the UK, went for him as man of the match. And I can see in the Premier League, a lot of people voted for Bukayo Saka to be man of the match as well. There's a few key standout performances. I was happy with Tavares in terms of his mentality, his character and attitude to bounce back from that Liverpool mistake and defeat. As he was at fault for the second goal, and Lokonga as well, thought he had a good performance. Tomiyasu was outstanding defensively, coming up against Alan Saint-Maximin, one of the tricky wingers he'll come up against in the league. So yeah, I was happy to see that there. Happy to keep a clean sheet. And you know what? It was expected for Arsenal to win that one. So I went with a 2-0 victory. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Listen to Why Not. Hit the like button, folks. It is a free hit. Love that one. Why not? I read that before, but I thought I didn't really quite get the free hit part, but I do now when I read it out loud. Big up yourself. Why not? And we don't create enough chances per half. Arteta's at the wheel. Do you know what? Why not, man? I know you're a massive you're not a big fan of Arteta, and you respectfully always put your opinions across on why you're not why you want Arteta out. And I can see your reasons. The chance creation is worrying. For real, it is worrying. It's fact that Ødegaard, I was having a big debate with one of my subs here, Moss. I know you're not watching it right now, but you might be jumping in later if you watch it afterwards. Moss is a massive fan of Ødegaard. He's like his son, as I was saying. And he was having a bit of a debate about his performance. I thought Ødegaard was poor. I think I'm going to cut him a bit of slack, though, because it was his first start since coming back from injury. And first start and replaced Lacazette. When Lacazette came on, I thought we looked better. For me, going into the next game against Manchester United, I'll go into a lot more detail in tomorrow's preview show. Back again tomorrow. So yeah, keep your eye out for that one. I think I might go with Lacazette. I think I'd start Lacazette over Aubameyang, but I'll go into more detail. I may change my mind, but in terms of how the game is going to be suiting us, yeah, we don't create enough chances at all, and I am worried. I am worried for that because if we do go into a bit of a slump, we may see something similar to last season where we were struggling to create chances last season again. And it hasn't really improved, not to the standard where we want to be. It is a process. I do understand that. We are a lot stronger defensively. Do not get me wrong. But that's my big glaring error. That's the big red flag for me where I need to look at and where I need to see us improve. I would still stick with Arteta until the end of the season. I think he has done a lot of good things as well that not a lot of people give credit for. in terms of the recruitment, the squad turnover, building that defence. And this is the strongest defence we've seen at Arsenal for a long time, since literally title winning days. I haven't seen a defence this strong on a regular basis. So yeah, so there are glaring errors though, and which is why I understand where you're coming from, my bro. Why not? We got Grace up in the building. Hello. Man like Cisco, when is your flaming barber free? He's free. I was meant to see him last week, but I'm definitely seeing him this Wednesday. I was ill. That was the reason. Definitely will be seeing him this Wednesday. Didn't expect to get a damn thing today. So happy with the point, be it with some dead football. How many good chances did Arsenal create with 80% possession for any player? Off the top of my head, I can think of 3. And 2 of them were the goals, and then 1 was the ESR save, Aubameyang missing, a sitter. Not many chances, really. 3. So, do you know what I mean? We're asking a bit too much at Brush GG from a Chelsea fan. United Fan TV, big up yourself, Brad. Catch me with a do-rag. Brush, lol. I've rubbed off on you. Oh, man. Man of the match was Ramsdale or Martinelli, best attacker of the day. Did a lot more than Saka and Ubba and ESR with time given. ESR, Saka, poor performance again. Ooh, I think it's a bit harsh. Why not, on Saka? I didn't think ESR had a great game, but Saka, I thought he looked our most threatening player, even within the first half. He had a shot, I remember, which was a half chance, and he created a shot himself. He did well to score that goal. It was a good finish from Saka in the end. We know he does need to improve in his finishing. I thought Saka was a lot better, though. Why not? I'd have to disagree with you there, man. I thought he was a lot better than he has been throughout the season, definitely. Looked a lot more threatening, looked a bit sharper. I understand what you're saying, though. Martinelli coming on the pitch looked a threat, as he always does when Martinelli plays, which is why a lot of the Arsenal fans have been calling on for him to start and get a lot more minutes. I do think, though, that Martinelli, I don't think he's ready to start and play consistent minutes in the Premier League yet, because of his decision-making is a bit rash still. I do think he will get there, and he will learn over time. His game is a bit raw, and that's why I don't mind him coming off the bench. I'll hold my hands up. I said I wanted Pepe to come on for Saka when he picked up that injury, but he brought on Martinelli, and I was proven wrong. And you know what? Martinelli, if he does get his chance, why not? I may be proven wrong, because I know you're a big Martinelli fan as well, man. And you see him above the likes of ESR and Saka. But yeah, man, big up yourself again. And do you know what? This is what I want. Difference of opinions. Keep it coming. Samson, yes, my G. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you, man. And I will be catching you again soon. Don't you worry about that. I promise that. You hear me? Hope you're doing good, my brother. What do you make of that left-hand side, Grace? Thank you. Oh, talking to Grace here. Love that. We'll get into that one a bit further in a bit later. So that's Arsenal done. The next game is Crystal Palace losing by 2-1 at home at Selhurst Park to Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa. Listening to Rich and a lot of Crystal Palace fans, do you know what? I may leave this one for a little bit, because I may leave it because Rich, I'll drop him the link. He said, don't read it out loud, but you know what? I will. I've just done it already. Let me go into that next game. Apologies, people. Liverpool 4, Southampton 0. Title charging Liverpool, beating Southampton by 4-0. Why not? I remember you said as well, you thought that Southampton would put up a strong performance and look a bit more solid. Ralph Hasenhüttl set up the team completely wrong for me, but you got to give credit where credit's due to Liverpool, playing their best midfield 3 once again: Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, the ones that we expected to see when Thiago was first signed. So yeah, man, big up Liverpool. Diogo Jota scoring in the second minute, then in the 32nd, Thiago again, and then Virgil van Dijk with a tremendous volley in the box. Poor. Southampton were poor defensively. They did try and go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, which is their downfall when you try and do that away at Anfield. You got to credit the bravery, but just like with Arsenal, with bravery, you have to say they were very naive to do that. Extremely naive from Ralph Hasenhüttl, who has picked up some good results as well. So yeah, man, it's Liverpool. Keep fighting on, keep marching forward. I predicted a 3-0 win. Ed predicted a 5-0 win. Ended up being 4, with smack bang in the middle. I know some of you in the chat Paxton in particular. I know. I remember you suggested you said that Liverpool would win 4-0. You got it right. Not the goal scorers though, but yeah, man. 4-0 win for Liverpool, continuing their title charge as expected. And yeah, we move on. In particular, who I thought was impressive in that game. I watched Match of the Day. They highlighted Thiago and the impact that he can have on that team. We know what he can do. He made an error for Alisson, had to make some big saves as well. I remember seeing XG for Southampton. They were expected to score at least one. I think it was maybe two. But yeah, man, big up Liverpool, man. They just keep going forward, and you know what? Keep going slightly under the radar. And now they're keeping a few more clean sheets, 2 clean sheets in a row. Yes, it was at Anfield. Big test to come on Wednesday against Everton, who are in dire straits themselves. But the next game we'll talk about is Norwich 0, Wolves 0. Before I go into that, let me go into the chat actually. Sorry, people. Jota should have had a hat trick. Yes, he should have. I remember that. It was in the first half. He should have had a first half hat trick as well. Joke, man. I couldn't believe it. But you know what? I'm glad in a way, because I know I didn't have him at my FPL, and that would have meant even more points. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Jota's crazy form. Jota over Firmino? For me, yeah. Because he adds more of a goal threat. I see why a lot of Liverpool fans love Firmino, but nah, man, goals win games, and he provides a lot in terms of build-up play as well. So yeah, man. Saka for me was fairly anonymous throughout the game. ESR barred the shot, barely noticeable. I agree with you on the ESR one. Saka, he was our only threat on the right. I do think it is difficult for Bukayo Saka in a way because of Tomiyasu going forward. Tomiyasu doesn't really provide anything going forward for Saka on that right-hand side. Saka has to do a lot of it by himself, and he gets doubled up a lot of the time. And I still think he created some opportunities, put some linked up play well. The main thing for me, why not, with Saka, he was the only one who was trying to pass forward with it and actually put a bit of zip into his passes. I thought Lokonga did that as well. Partey was pretty poor for the level that we know he can get to. So yeah, that's my reason. But I understand the ESR. I thought he was below par. Big up yourself, Matt. Just spoke about your boys there. Yeah, keep going on. You keep marching on. And what's that? You scored how many goals? Is he got 56 goals in 19 games this season? Breaking records. How soon is it gonna be until you hit 100? It'd be crazy. Where you're going, you might hit 100 before even the new year, man. Just shows me that we're as bad as Southampton without the bravery going forward. Lol, we parked the bus and train people. You are right, my bro, though. Yeah, they did have more going forward than we did. Southampton did, in a way. They did have more going forward. They created more chances, definitely, by far. We'll get into that one as well, Brush. The old goal shotter, exactly. Look, Mac, he's on fire. And it's Firmino when he's back, it's going to make it difficult for Jota to displace. But for Jurgen Klopp to displace Jota. We've seen him do it already this season when Jota was in great form. And maybe it did have an impact. I remember, was it against Chelsea that Firmino came in? I do believe it was. I may be wrong. But yeah, I know it's definitely happened this season where it kind of got you fans a little bit, what? Like, we love you, Bobby, but come on, like Diogo Jota or Diogo Shota, as you say. But yeah, Norwich 0, Wolves 0. And surprisingly in this game, Norwich were actually the much better team. And Bruno Lage spoke about it himself. Wolves barely had a sniff at goal. Norwich had the better of the chances. Dean Smith seems to be getting something out of this. Norwich side, undefeated now in their past 3, 2 wins and a draw. And should have done better against Wolves. Keeping a clean sheet is decent. As long as you keep your clean sheets at home, you're always in the chance for getting a point. And Wolves, I thought they were poor for me. They didn't create any chances of note from what I was hearing and listening to Wolves fans and from what I saw in the highlights. Bruno Lage, this is the problem with Wolves, though. 1 week, they're amazing. The next, they're awful. They beat West Ham last weekend. And then the weekend before that, they lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace without laying a glove on them. And that was the similar for Wolves here, away from home, going away to Norwich, and didn't really do anything, didn't pose any attacking threat or anything like that. So yeah, Wolves disappointing. I think we're going to expect this a lot from Wolves this season. Inconsistency in their performances. One week they'll be amazing. And it typically seems to come away from home, their poor performances, where they do drop points. And yeah, so Wolves away from home. Bruno Lage still has some development to do. As he said as well, he's not looking at the table. I will show you the table when I get into that. But yes, people. Also, why not going back about Tomiyasu? He did that one overlap for Martinelli's goal against Newcastle, who didn't want any part. Everyone is eulogizing it. Shake my head. Yo, it's true, man. But this is the thing, though. This is football. Like, this is what happens. It's very reactionary. We live in a reactionary world, not even just in football. Society is very reactionary. I do think defensively he was outstanding against Alan St. Maximan. That's a real threat. And when I see Tomiyasu come up against wingers, I know there's been a few odd occasion where he's struggled, but when I see him coming up against 1v1, I do think he can do it. Yeah, definitely. And can Pedence or Neto reach Jota levels? Pedence was missing in this one. Once again, he's got, the C word. And Neto, it just all depends on him returning from injury, because last season, boy, why not? I know you remember when Wolves did the double over us. Neto was the one causing us problems in both of those games. So yeah, Neto definitely can. Not too sure about Pedence, but I do believe in Neto, and Neto could be the next, Liverpool signing. I remember Mackie was the one. He was the one saying that it looks like Wolves could be the next Southampton for these guys. Big game for Norwich on Tuesday versus Newcastle. Huge game. We've already spoken about Newcastle, so Newcastle and Norwich. We'll get into more detail and more depth on tomorrow night's show on that one. So yeah, Jay, hold your thoughts on that for tomorrow. Definitely will be bringing you that one, Premier League preview for the midweek games. But yeah, Norwich impressive against Wolves. Wolves left a lot to be desired, in my opinion. And do you know what, Jay? That before we go into that, Brush's comments just come in. Hope Neto makes a full recovery and come back strong. Quality talent. Exactly. We want to see players like that having in the Premier League. We want to come up against those real tests for our fullbacks in the league as well. And then you know what? It could be another player that one of the top sides could end up signing and taking away from Wolves and then add into one of our squads. But yeah, man, I hope he does come into it and makes a full recovery. Looking dangerous. Could play on the left, play on the right, has an eye for goal, dribbles, drives, does a lot. I don't think he's as clinical as Diogo Jota, but going forward, he's got the pace and power. Definitely. Okay, my broski. I will drop that into you right now. But as I do that, I'm going to talk about your boys. Yeah, well, not your. Sorry, that's offensive. Your boys. We'll talk quickly on your rivals. That's what I was meant to say. Brighton against Leeds. Brighton, wow. How they didn't leave with 3 points in this game is beyond me. I can't believe that. Absolutely crazy. The chances. Neil Maupay is trying to match Aubameyang. He's trying to step to Aubameyang with that missed opportunity. Tariq Lamptey, what a player. Causing so many problems for that Leeds back line. Leeds got away with it then, fully, in my opinion. They were lucky to escape with a point, but this is what Brighton's nemesis is. This is what their problem is. Consistently not taking their chances, and that's what's going to haunt Graham Potter's side. And that's why I don't think that Brighton could get in a European spot. They need to get a striker. They need to get either a striker or a winger or an inside forward who's just going to finish their chances. They need people to finish their dinner, create plenty of chances, create more chances than my boys, Arsenal. But you know what it is. But here he is. Here's the man himself. Perfect timing. We won't talk too long about Brighton whilst this man's here. I think it's disrespectful. But how you doing?
Stop swearing.
Apologies, man. Apologies. How you doing, my bro?
I'm good. Now I saw this come up and I thought, you know what? Let me give you my viewpoint. And obviously for those in the chat that may not have seen obviously our match review yesterday, just thought I'd give it like an actual live insight into how I felt yesterday went. But before I do that, listen, your work rate is crazy.
I appreciate that.
It is mad. Guys, continue to support team, and he's doing a madness at the moment. I thought I worked hard.
It's easy. I know what you mean, though. Whilst I've got this time, I don't mind doing it. Do you know what I mean? Because I love it so much. I know you're the same, and you really love it because you're proper involved. And the channel, the people that you build in your community, I can see what you're building, bro. So man,
that's good vibes all around, man. 100%.
Exactly.
But you know what? I don't know if many people will blame the gaffer for yesterday, but he has to hold some responsibility. I've sent out a tweet, like, what do you call it? Luca and Coyote, are like McTominay and Fred. So I sent out a tweet like to the point where we're actually trying to find a nickname for the two of them and stuff. Because honestly, Gallagher, he didn't have his best game, but we can't progress the ball to him if we don't have ball playing midfielders in there. That's one issue. Number two, John McGinn, as you know, he's a baller.
Yeah.
He's a baller, and his energy, his legs, mad. And then we've got two 30-year-olds playing in the pivot. We got run ragged. And what happened is that it made Elise drop deep, Saha drop deep, Benteke got isolated. It was just all wrong. He just needs to go back to having that dynamic midfield again. Obviously, we lost Maka, he's been superb for us.
Yeah,
and he's not back till January, February, and losing Anderson as well, hamstring injury as well. It's just mad, you know what I mean? So on that point, PV's got to be starting Will Hughes or Schlupp, or even Gyro. One of them. You can't have Luca and Coyote. It doesn't.
What about for you though, Rich? What about for you? Who would you play in that midfield with Maka being out injured? Because I asked this to Jay. He said I think he went with quite attacking, and I argued with him a bit on that. But I want to hear yours first. He went with Will Hughes, Conor Gallagher, and Schlupp. What is yours?
Oh, I like that. That's really attacking.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
You know what? To be fair to Cheku, when he's been playing with Maka, he's been fine. It just shows the incompetence of Luca. He shouldn't be playing any more minutes for us. And in fact, strip the club captaincy from him too. Honestly, no, he's terrible. His legs are gone. He's not in it. His head's not there. Just thanks for your services. You know what I mean? If we're trying to climb the table, sometimes we have to be ruthless. We have to be ruthless. Me personally, I'll do Coyote, Schlupp, Gallagher.
Interesting.
Coyote, just break up play. That's all you need to do and pass it 5 yards. And let Schlupp and Gallagher do the rest.
Yeah, because then he's got the legs around him. What Maka provides, probably not that same aggression with Schlupp, but the energy, that's what he provides.
He's got the legs, 100%. You know,
but what about Will Hughes?
I don't know what's going on with him, you know. I mean, obviously, things didn't end well with Watford. Apparently, he was refusing to train with them and stuff like that.
Under 23s and that.
Yeah, so, and I know he's injury prone. I don't know what's going on with Hughes. I would like to see him play because technically he's very good. Yeah,
he's true. That's what I'm saying. And he'll add that when he's on his day. I remember I've seen him live for the under-21s. England under-21s was against Croatia. Harry Kane and Berahino scored. Remember Berahino?
Yeah.
And he was outstanding back in the day. Like technically he looked on another level compared to the England players that he was playing with then. But what I don't quite know what's happened in his career.
He's kind of fallen off. So there's only two reasons why he's not playing. Either he's not up to match fitness or his attitude stinks.
Yeah.
It's one of the two. I can't think of any other reason why he ain't got any minutes.
Doesn't seem like Vieira rates him. But we got know-how. He's got a question for you as well. Yes, Igor, the man speaks the truth. Hear that? And why does Vieira persist in playing Benteke?
You know what? When a player's playing well, you can't drop him. And I would personally prefer Edouard to play through the middle.
Yeah.
But Benteke is actually playing well. He should have more goals. I think I think it was on this stream where I said that Benteke will end up with 10 goals and someone laughed at me.
I think you probably know how.
He's on 4, I believe, 4 Premier League goals and stuff. He should have already had 8.
Yeah, he should have had 10 already, you mean?
You know what I mean? Like, so,
yeah.
And I guess that's the frustrating aspect where everything else about his game has has got back to those Aston Villa days, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Except for his finishing now. So once he tightens that up, I think he'll be fine. But it's nice. It's nice to have options.
Yeah, true. You're not used to that in recent years and that.
However, the one thing that is going to bite us in the backside, we've got no defensive options. We're very light at the back, and that includes in fullback positions as well. And
you don't even have a backup left back, do you?
No. Reece Hannon, who's obviously in the 23s, he's injured as well. Like, we're very light at the back. I think it might become a very big problem.
Yeah,
especially with we've got a load of games coming up.
And when you have them little muscular injuries, it's going to be difficult to get players back fit for the quick turnaround games in like 3 days' time.
Yeah,
you can't be nursing injuries through them. Do you know what I mean? Not in the Premier League with the pace and the competitiveness that we've got now. Look at Norwich grabbing points away from top 6 Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, we were very lucky that the results went in our favour this weekend.
Yeah, true. What teams were you looking at? Like Brighton, obviously. Sorry.
Yeah. The Seagulls. What I call them the pigeons, aren't I?
Yeah, the pigeons.
The pigeons or the seaweeds. You got them. Wolves drop points.
Everton.
I don't know. He's probably next to go.
Yeah, Rafa. And do you know what? We will get into that one. Did you see any of that game?
No, I was too busy
good
sorting out other bits.
I did, and it was shocking. It was awful. Ivan Toney was a good penalty, by the way. No look, when I mean low look, he didn't look at the ball once. He was just looking where the keeper is. He scored all of his penalties for Brentford. Everyone he's taken for Brentford, he scored all of them. But yeah, what thoughts on Rafa anyway? Like,
he's gone.
Do you think he's gone before Christmas?
He's gone. They're gonna have to do something because those owners are quite ambitious.
Yeah,
what I mean, and they're spending a lot of money, so it is what it is. He's been terrible, but yeah, bro. I thought I'd just hop on real quick, support you.
Yeah,
bro.
Man, that's all right. You got to do your own thing, innit? In about 25.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for jumping on and giving your Crystal Palace thoughts, man. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you in a bit in the chat
as well.
Yes, big up. Go check him out at 9 o'clock. We'll be done by then. So get out.
Take your time. Don't rush through this.
No worries. Big up yourself, man. Thank you for coming on, bro. Catch you later. So, yes, we had Rich there talking about Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. I do appreciate that. Big up yourself. Look at that know-how. As he's leaving, thanks, Eagle. Big up yourself as well, Captain Uncle. Thank you for coming in. And, yeah, they're all soft, those three. I think you're on about the midfielders. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And it's going to be a building process for Patrick Vieira anyway. But for my criticism, and if I wish he stayed here for a bit longer, my criticism is the set pieces, not identifying and sorting those things out. You're not going to do anything in the Premier League unless you can't defend set pieces. But yes, Brentford, Everton, Ivan Toney with the goal, 1-0 penalty. It was definitely a penalty by Andros Townsend, kicking Frank Onyeka in the face. Horrific game. Everton, toothless once again. No striker. Well, they played Rondon up there. He had a couple of chances. But yeah, shocking. Everton, well, I don't know what's happening with them. They've got Arsenal in the next couple of weeks. They are suffering from a bit of injuries. I will give Rafa that little bit of the benefit of the doubt. The amount of injuries they're having. Doucouré came back. He was excellent. He prevented the scoreline from being worse, in all honesty. So with that last-ditch challenge on Yanal in the first half, I remember in particular. But guys, Everton, it's not looking right. They always start the season in the recent years. I remember anyway. I know last season for sure when they were top of the league at one point. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, this is it, man." Everton, they could be challenging into top 4, this and that. But the squad depth will let them down. And then, unfortunately, even though Damari Gray has been a great summer acquisition, Andros Townsend's been a very good one too. It's not enough. Not enough in terms of squad depth. So I think any manager will struggle there. Rafa may go. Very tentative already. Look at that. Neverton, lol. You ain't going to have to worry about them on Wednesday at all at this rate. Actually rate Doucouré. Yeah, same here. There was a lot of links before he went to Everton that he was linked with our club. Not our club in terms of ours, but my club, Arsenal. And I'm sure you'd have probably taken him at Manchester United too. And Mac coming in hot as a Liverpool fan. We're going to slap Everton next week, bro. And I have full confidence that you will. I have full confidence. It's going to be peak. I didn't want to mention set pieces again. Oh, fair enough, man. You did mention it already at the start, saying that the manager has to take some blame. And I do. This is why I rate you, though, Rich. And this is why I got a lot of love for you and time, because you bring those things up and you're not. And this is why, as Know-How said, you speak the truth. And I love PV. I love Patrick Vieira, my legend. But when I'm noticing these things, you're not going to hear it from many people because not many other channels, unfortunately, pay this much attention to teams outside of their club. But when I'm looking at Crystal Palace, and mainly because of you, Rich, and getting to know you, I'm looking at you guys and I watch every little thing and I'm seeing set pieces that need sorting. And I'm seeing the errors, the individual errors. That's going to be difficult because that can only really get sorted with different personnel, the likes of Luca. Koyate's got a time shelf. He's got a time frame left on him. So, yeah, appreciate that one, bro. I would, however, having said that, I'd take almost any Prem level midfielder. Exactly. And I think as an Arsenal fan, it's going to be a battle of the midfield and it won't be the greatest midfield battle. I can guarantee you that for sure on Thursday. But into the last 3 games now, Leicester 4, Watford 2. What a goal fest this was. And at certain points when I was watching the highlights, I couldn't even see where the ball was because the snow was that much and that was that heavy. But Leicester and Watford provided a cracker, scoring 6 goals in this game. Leicester defensively looking woeful once again. This is Brendan Rodgers. I think it's coming back to haunt him. They will be okay. Maddison was on fire in this game, grabbing 2 assists and a goal. Truce to Kong. My word, that was awful. But yeah, Leicester, they picked up the win. Jamie Vardy on fire again. When Jamie Vardy's on fire, Leicester tend to win. So yeah, give credit where credit's due to Leicester in terms of their attacking play. Maddison's looking better. He's looking sharper. Jamie Vardy, he's back in front and getting the goals again. But Watford away from home, defensively needed sorting out. A Kong horrific mistake, and that's costly for them. But yeah, Claudio Ranieri returning back to the team where he won his Premier League title. Look what Max saying here. T, I'm looking for you guys versus United. Please slap them. Mac, man, well, I'll talk a lot more and I'll get into a lot more depth into it tomorrow. As you can probably tell from my facial expressions and tone of voice, I'm not as confident. And it's not because of this game, not because of this Chelsea Man United result. It's mainly with Arsenal, man. But Manchester City beating West Ham by 2-1. Manchester City had a disallowed goal in the first half with Riyad Mahrez, but who eventually went and gave them the lead. It was Ilkay Gundogan scoring for Manchester City, missing a few players. And then I have never had the likes of Jack Grealish or Phil Foden in this one, but they're still going and beating teams like West Ham who have performed valiantly throughout the season, causing problems for many teams across the league, have been causing problems for, obviously, they've picked up points against Liverpool. They'll give anyone a league. This is a good game in the league. But yeah, Manchester City strong, grabbing the win here, scoring 2 goals, went 2-0 up. Fernandinho even got his name on the score sheet, but at the end, Lanzini, if you haven't checked it, go check it out, by the way. Lanzini scoring an absolute cracker. This is what I'm saying. You don't see it many times on the channel, but chef's kiss for Lanzini to grab his team a consolation. And anyone that's got any Man City defenders in your FPL, Cancelo picked himself up a yellow card and they went and conceded in the last minute, so that was a shame there. But the big game of the weekend, and before I get into that, let me have a look what the comments are saying. Rich, you can have our set piece coach, Ramsey. Won't happen, Mac. Oh, you know how stepping in there with the Manchester United faithful brush and know-how. Arsenal can do it, trust me. Just press them. They can't handle being pressed. Yeah, we do tend to press as well. I'm just having a look at that goal. Sorry, on Sky Sports News. Crazy finish there. Is that Ipswich? Sorry. Sorry, bro. LFC rivalry. It is what it is. It didn't turn out as bad as I feared yesterday, bro. Lol. Man, you can't handle being pressed. Whenever teams do it, they struggle and make mistakes. Hey, you could say the same for us, Mac. If Man United can organise a little bit of a press, if Ralph can I don't know, work a miracle in a couple of days or whenever he's officially able to work. Who knows? They'll be able to cause us some problems. But speaking of a press, yeah, Chelsea won, Manchester United won. Jorginho costed his team for me. Well, he scored the penalty to equalise, but that mistake is unforgivable. Yeah. If Chelsea don't go and win the league, and it's so tight now, I'll show the table at the end, but that was a horrific error from Jorginho. I could not believe what his decision making was there. So the ball was cleared long. Was it by Telles or Bruno? I think it was by one of them, one of the Portuguese maestros for Manchester United. Not Ronaldo, because he was on the bench at the time. Ball was played long, all looping. Usually what you'd see a player do is nod it back to the goalkeeper, literally head it back to the goalkeeper. Jorginho thinks he's Ronaldinho, and he thinks he can pluck the ball out of a sky travelling at 100 miles per hour. Miscontrols it. Sancho picks up the loose ball. He's through one-on-one. He's got Rashford to his left. By the way, Rashford was offside. So if Mendy would have just played this 1v1 situation, Sancho took too long to make the shot. But that nice little dummy to pretend to play it to Rashford sent Mendy the wrong way, and then he just slotted it into the opposite side and gave Man United the lead. Chelsea scoring an equaliser for a penalty and a mistake by Wan-Bissaka. McTominay got man of the match in this game. It showed how the game went, really. Manchester United just literally tried to hit on the counter, defending for their lives. They didn't really have many chances, Chelsea, which I thought was quite poor. Timo Werner was horrendous. Callum Hudson-Odoi finishing, lacking once again. So, yeah, Chelsea, they've dropped points to Burnley this season and Manchester United, and they were both very similar games. But, yeah, sorry to send a few shots to you there, Man United fans. Why not? Disappointed Chelsea FC didn't give United that work. One last slap in before Ranić gets in. I know, man. Why not? That's what I'm saying. If Timo Werner, if they would have had Kai Havertz, I think it'd have been a different story. But you know what? Man United had a lot of injuries themselves. I thought Ruben Loftus-Cheek had a good game. I thought Callum Hudson-Odoi got into good positions, but what does that mean if you can't put the ball in the back of the net? So, yeah, man. Lukaku came off the bench. He looked very rusty, lacking a lot of match sharpness. Romelu Lukaku looked like he was back in his Timberland boots again today for that last 5 minutes or so. But, yeah, shocking. Shocking. And look what Noah said. We had our usual 12th man as well. Who's that? Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor, that's what he must be on about. Brushy saying you can press all you like, mate. We had eight man at the back. It's true. I remember seeing at one point there was about 8 man. And I was like, yo, why have you got so many players behind the ball? False 9. Ronaldo coming on, getting himself a yellow card, walking straight off. That whole argument I watched that live, that whole argument between Carragher and Roy Keane about Cristiano Ronaldo. I side on Carragher in this one. I do. I really do side on Carragher. Nah, bro, United can't press. Ralph can't work magic and get them pressing in a few days. It took Klopp years. Spot on, bro. You need the players to do it. And in my opinion, United don't have all the players. You're right, Mac. You are spot on. They ain't gonna be pressing like anywhere near Klopp or what Ragnick wants. Because 1, you need the players. 2, you need the time on the training pitch, the structure, the organisation. It's going to be interesting what happens and how they try and set up and perform, because I don't think Ranić is a type of manager that will adapt his philosophy. He can adapt in formation, definitely can do that, but in terms of philosophy, I don't know how he's going to do. He's going to send the players out. He's going to be like, try and press. He's going to be like, try and do this, try and do that. I don't think he's the most understanding of coaches. He's an extreme manager in a way. And you know, like when we talk about Marcelo Bielsa, it's my way or the highway type of thing. That's Rangnick, That's why he hasn't been at a top job, because people have been wary because of how autocratic and how set in his ways he is. There isn't that little bit of an adaptation. He is a philosopher. He is an inspiration for a lot of these top coaches. And he has so much knowledge of the game, just like how Marcelo Bielsa is. But we're going to have to wait and see, people. We're going to have to see. The Premier League is different. Chelsea totally bottled it today. I predicted a 4-0 Chelsea. I predicted 3-0. And the fact they conceded, I was like, United aren't scoring for Toffee. Then, United go and score because of Chelsea. Oh, Jorginho, shall I say. That ref was so unfair. He's anti-Chelsea. That's Anthony Taylor for you. A lot of Chelsea fans were on it before the game, and it just went improved, and it happened again. Half of our lot will need asthma pumps over the next few months. Tell me about it. Ronaldo will need it. Who else doesn't really like to? Well, Maguire is going to need new legs. Luke Shaw, yeah, he's going to be coming in trim. Like, you know what I mean? He's going to be coming in with 6-pack and all of that. So, yeah, man, no offense to Luke Shaw. Neither our CMs can track their runners, so we can't press. It's true. Ralph only has 6 months, not enough time. Spot on, Mac. He has also agreed 2 years as a consultant to impose his style. We'll see if he can. I know it sounds good on paper, but a lot of things sound good on paper for Manchester United at points. We'll see how much influence he really does have. I know you're hoping, and in a way, I hope he does as well, because it's just a mess at Man United. I hope he does have an impact, and I hope he is able to build his philosophy like that. Edna up in the place. I'm just waiting to see the first game before I say anything on Ralph. I do think he'll be good, though. Edna, I do think you're right. He will be a lot better than what you've seen previously. He'll play much more attacking football than the likes of Van Gaal, Mourinho, even Ollie has set up to do. It will be more the Manchester United way, which is direct counter-attacking football. You will see a lot of that. Just whether he will be able to strike a balance with it defensively, that's going to be my big shout. That's what we're going to wait and see. Is it going to work as a cohesive unit? Not really too sure with these players, because you've got so many different profiles, which is why I think any manager would struggle with this current squad. But yeah, Ralph, he's not there for the short term. He's there for the short term in his managerial position, but Man United are signing him for the long term so we can build that squad, giving him 2 years as a consultant. And then we'll see after that if he's successful. He might even end up getting the job. You know how your board will go at points. And I heard, Fabrizio Romano said he's open to taking the job on a full-time basis and on a permanent basis, shall I say. When Klopp trained our players to do the gegenpress, they couldn't hack it. They were getting injured all the time. And we may see that at Manchester United. Mac, you brought up a very good point. It's like what we see with the press at Leeds. A lot of players picking up injuries. They were picking up injuries back in the Championship too. The intensity, the culture shock for a lot of the players without having a pre-season, a proper pre-season. It will be difficult for players to really change in mid-season without having that pre-season, do you know what I mean? To set their fitness levels, to have a strict regime, eating, diet, lifestyle, to try and change all of that mid-season is going to be a difficult task for Rangnick. So this is what I'm trying to say. Manchester United fans, be patient. Don't even, I think as Edna said, I think Edna was spot on when she said this. Stop setting targets in terms of even top 4. Stop setting targets for Champions League, FA Cup. You haven't even seen the man manage yet. We don't know where it's going to be. And even when Ollie first took over and it looked like you guys were going to be top 4 and all of this and that, in that season, you didn't finish. You finished outside the top 4. So you know what I mean? So wait and see. Just don't set targets. It's a 6-month, like this season's a write-off in a way. It's unfortunate. You may still end up getting something, don't get me wrong, but don't set like he needs to do this, otherwise it's a failure. I don't think any manager would succeed with this current squad in a way, but I may be proven wrong. We'll have to wait and see. But just be patient with Rangnick. That's what I'm trying to say, people. Would love to see Ten Hag and Rangnick working together. What Maguire needs is another club, mate. At least Rangnick has clout and rep and to be stubborn, unlike Mikel Mourinho, Mikel Arteta. Yeah, I know what you're saying there. But do you know what, though? Why not? A lot of the players respect him. A lot of the players do. Obviously, the players that didn't respect him are the likes of Guendouzi and those sorts, Ozil. But we wanted to see that. We wanted to see those players out, like those mentality, those type of players leave the club. So, yeah, whether Mikel's the right man or not, I will give him credit on getting rid of those players and giving us a fresh squad, fresh turnover. So yeah, whether he might not be the right man to even take us into the top 4, why not? But I think what he's done, what him and Edu have done, is set up the opportunity for the next manager to do it. They've given a good platform, good foundation. Do you know what I mean? Not just hoping, praying. People forget the consultant role isn't a board member. It's just him telling the club what to do. Knowing the United board, they will ignore him. Mac, that's what I'm trying to say, man. Do you know what? Know-how, I know you spoke about it a lot, which is why I had to wear that Man United scarf, because you don't have any faith in these Glazers, and you're agreeing with Mac right there. Yep, Glazers out. That's what it is. Agree, bro. United need a full reset. But to be honest, their biggest problem is their owners. Them boards. Ralph may fail because of this. Unfortunately, yeah. And that's what I was saying, man. Any manager may fail because of this board. For Man United fans, you can see why they are a bit more positive. It's a step in the right direction, hiring a Rangnick, because they've never signed anyone like that before in a managerial role. But it may be false hope, like we've seen plenty of times with Manchester United. And Man United fans, try and temper your expectations. It's like what I say with Arsenal fans as well. With the Kroenkes in charge, temper your expectations. We may not see that. We may not see where we want and where we hope to be and where we actually want the club to be because of the ownership. And yeah, that's what may happen. Sorry, people. I had something in my eye then. But yeah. Hey, late to the party again. That's okay. I was just about to wrap it up. But before I wrap this up, let me show you guys the prediction table. TTF, you are sitting pretty at the top with your predictions with 28 points. Edmin with 26 and myself with 20. So I'm making up some ground. Ed got himself 6 points. I got myself 8 points, as well as you guys did, TTF. So well done to you lot for smashing it. You are sitting pretty at the top. It was level on points. You was on 20. You was on 20 points with Ed last week, TTF. But now you've got yourselves in front. And you know what that means, people? You're going to be getting a giveaway easily. If you win this league, you're going to be getting yourself. And when I mean a giveaway, I don't mean nothing little, you know. I don't mean something small. I love this channel. It's like it's my baby. You're going to be getting a big thing. So, yeah, look forward to that. But you need to keep getting your predictions right. Otherwise, Edmin, I might be having to buy him something good, whatever it is. I will record it. And Edmin, same, vice versa. So, yes, people, have a look at that. Sitting pretty at the top. You're doing well. Edna, we just need to be patient. Too much hype. You hit the nail on the head, Edna. This is why I love you. Yeah? Spot on. When do you have to do your forfeit? What forfeit, TCM? Is it for the prediction league? I said whoever finishes bottom of the prediction league has to do a forfeit. So that's what it will be. So yeah, unfortunately, I will be doing a forfeit. It'll be right at the end of the season. I'll keep it more updated on that. It'll be closer towards the end of the season. I'll be able to give you a proper date and time. When's the Spurs game going to be played? Interesting. I don't have a clue when that's going to be happening yet. Kane and Region in FPL. Well, when this started, it started about 53 minutes ago. Mossing missing. Why not saying I miss Guendouzi, the only outfield player with fight and heart and with the ability, the inexperience of Arteta, not able to manage a fiery temper will prove to be a mistake, like playing Willian, not Martinelli. With Guendouzi, though, why not? Arteta isn't the only manager that's not been able to manage him, though. It's happened at Lorient. It's happened at Hertha Berlin as well. Jorge Sampaoli seems to be getting a good job out of him for now. But the similar things started to happen under Unai Emery. Unai Emery likes him, but Unai Emery had no control of any of the players at the club. He didn't have any control, which is why he ended up getting the sack in the end, and it ended so horribly wrong. Because he wasn't commanding any respect or discipline. There was a lot of rumours coming out that people were taking the mick out of the manager. And the fact that you're doing that and there's cliques in the dressing rooms doing that says a lot for me. Says a lot that he doesn't command respect. That's why I give credit to Arteta, because he commands respect. I don't think he's as stubborn as maybe you think, because I see likes of Pepe. Pepe's had a resurgence at times in his career under Arteta. His best season was last season under Mikel Arteta. This season, not so much. Maybe he's a slow start. We'll have to wait and see. But I do, well, yeah, man. It's Guendouzi. I just don't think he had the right attitude for the top level. I don't think he does. I don't think he does have the right attitude. He's got all the talent, all the ability, and he's got the characteristics on the pitch to do it. But it's just mainly the attitude, my bro. That's my reason. But as you said there, rest of these players are soft. Oh, man. Brush, bro, allow the Spurs players their bottle jobs. Tell him again, Mac. Tell him again. Second place, Moss. Should Man United consider Kalidou Koulibaly with 18 months less on his contract, approaching 31? Probably not for me. You need to be heading into that mid-20s, that younger at fresh age, so probably mid-20s at the oldest, early 20s, maybe even teens. That's what you need to be building towards the future. I know. I just don't want to take hits to take them out. Their fixtures on paper look so good, but they're out of pants. You are right, my bro. Bring back Henry. Wow, that's a big... that's a big shout, man. What was it you liked about Henry? Why not? Spurs will be so Spursy. Jose couldn't even save them, lol. So Conte has no chance. T, you're heading over to get amped after this. You know I am. You'll catch me there, Brush. We'll chat a lot more. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Guys, I'm going to wrap this up now, actually. Dolphins, who? Is Koulibaly better than Maguire? Absolutely, he is. But guys, thank you very much for joining me for this Premier League review. I really do appreciate it. Sorry for the mismatch. I was, guys, you in the comments, you've been absolutely killing it today. And I thank you so much for you coming in and showing love to me as always and showing love to the channel. Big up each and every one of you. Get yourselves over to Get Amped if you're doing nothing for the rest of the night and you're chilling and you want to hear some more football talk with different fans. Go check out Rich's channel. Thank you to Rich for coming on. Big up yourselves, people. Look at that, Mac. Big up T and everyone. You never walk alone. Everton, well, we'll be bringing you. Thank you for reminding me. I don't know why it reminded me. Preview will be coming tomorrow. Great stream. Hit that like button on the way out. Exactly. Thank you very much, Brush. Guys, if I don't catch you until tomorrow, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a good night's sleep as well if you're in the UK. Or enjoy the rest of your day or morning, afternoon, wherever you are.